Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with a different type of video. As the title says, I will be judging my subscribers' taste in anime. I'm not going to be judging though. I'm just going to be looking at a few of the clips a few of the pictures that my subscribers have provided to me, and there's a few animes listed over there, top nine. I think yeah, top nine animes, and I'm going to be looking at the list and kind of talk about what type of anime which person likes, and I kind of see how refined my subscribers taste in anime and just talk about it. I'm not going to be judging them, obviously. Who am I to judge? But yeah, so now first of all I need to clarify a few things. Obviously this is not my idea. It was an idea that has been done in Gigak's channel, and I knew about it, but in my Discord people were like, oh, why don't you do a video like this? And we have there's I think an app or a website where you can put these animes and make a little grid and kind of download the image. So they kind of provided me with that link, and they made these pictures and sent it to me in my Discord. So I'm just going to be doing looking at them and just giving my opinion. So if you want to check that link, I'll provide it in the description box. Link to that app kind of thing, not an app but like a website. And if you want to send stuff to me, and if you want me to talk about just like I did this video, you can do that. It's kind of difficult to provide the pictures to me, so you have to probably join my Discord and give it to me there, DM me over there, and there's a channel specifically for that. You can post it over there as well. So if you want to participate in something like this, just join my Discord. The Discord link will be also in the description box. Join there and provide me with the images, and when I get a few of them, I'll do another video like this. So there you go. So that's what I wanted to say at the beginning. Also, there's a few, I'm pretty sure there's a few animes that I have watched. Like Gigak did it. I'm pretty sure Gigak was able to guess and talk about every single anime. I am watching anime for a long time, but I'm not as well versed with anime as Gigak. So there might be a few ones that I myself don't know. So I'm just going to clarify that when I'm going to be talking about that oh, this anime I haven't watched, so I cannot really say anything about it. So there you go. So yeah, now that is out of the way, I have how many, wait a minute, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 not 8, I included mine as well. I'm going to show mine in the end. 7 if I exclude mine. 7 people's submissions. I'm going to bring up one after the other and talk about them. And like I said, all of them are from my Discord. So these are the people who are in my Discord and who who I kind of interact with every single day and kind of talk with them. So I saw Giga kind of do something like this, and he was kind of guessing their age and kind of talking about trying to guess stuff looking at the animes they watch. It's kind of pointless for me to do that because I kind of know these people because I talk to them in Discord and I know about them. So I think I know quite a few things about them. So I don't really need to guess what age or what all that stuff. I don't need to do that because I already know that, kind of know about it. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to talk about their tastes. And there you go. And if you, like I said, if you want to participate in this in the next video, I'm going to do multiple of these with characters and stuff as well. So just go to the Discord link and yeah, just give me these submissions, and I'm going to do another one when I get enough. All right, that was a big intro. I need to do talk about all of these things. So yeah, now let us begin. So I'm going to be talking about the first submission. This submission was provided to me by Discord handle name Necromancer, and here is the picture. Now as you can see, there's 9 animes. Now first is obviously Naruto. Now all of these animes, they are the anime as a whole. The show here, it's Naruto the movie, but it's it's Naruto as a whole, and I'm going to talk about the anime as a whole. So yeah, first one is Naruto Kaguya-sama. Okay, Blue Lock, yeah, Slime, Classroom of the Elite, Jujutsu Kaisen, Kaicho wa Maid-sama, Vinland Saga, and Code Geass. Right. Okay, this is a solid list. Oh, also another thing, I'm going to be saying which one is my favorite, out of all of them, which one kind of like goes towards my taste. I'm going to mention that at the end after looking through all of them. All right. So yeah, an interesting list. I can see there's quite a few modern animes. Not only that, there's quite a few shonen here as well. For example, Naruto is a shonen, Blue Lock is a shonen, Jujutsu Kaisen is a shonen. Slime, I don't think no, Slime is not a shonen. What am I even saying? It's a fantasy, like isekai. Yeah. Yeah, so like three shonens, like one like slice of life romantic comedy kind of, one isekai, one mystery. I guess I can say like Classroom of the Elite is like mystery thriller kind of a show, I think, one shoujo, obviously Kaicho wa Maid Sama. Vinland Saga is a seinen, and Code Geass is a seinen mystery, I think, something like that. Yeah. So there you go. Out of all of them, the only one that I haven't watched is Code Geass. Yeah, it's a big surprise. I should have watched it, but I never really did. So, and everyone of the other I'm familiar with, so I can talk about this now. Okay. Overall, it's a very solid list. Naruto, first of all, Naruto, I also really love Naruto because it's a show I feel like a lot of people have grown up with. So I can understand like Naruto being here in the list. I also agree with Naruto. Like it's a very good show. Overall, it was my childhood, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people have grown up with Naruto. And Kaguya-sama is obviously a top tier rom-com show. Blue Lock, I don't really watch that many sports animes, and I watch Blue Lock though because it's like more of a shonen sports kind of thing. I watched it, but it wasn't really up to my like liking. Again, like I said, if this was something had some other premise other than sports, I probably would have liked it. However, like the fact that sports was in there, I don't really like sports anime except there's a few exceptions. So Blue Lock, yeah, I'm not a big fan of Blue Lock though. It's a good show. It has a lot of like, what can I say? It's like very over exaggerated. I watched it. It's crazy. It's like it has everything a shonen needs. But I myself am not a personal fan of Blue Lock. Slime, oh yeah, Slime is really good. I really enjoyed Slime. Classroom of the Elite is a solid show. Like every single show here is solid. Kaicho wa Maid Sama is an interesting like addition here. I wasn't expecting Kaicho wa Maid Sama. But out of all the shoujos that I've watched, which is probably not that much, I haven't really watched that many shoujos. Kaicho wa Maid Sama is probably my top as well, and it is a show that I really adored. Like when I watched it, it was really good. And oh boy, Vinland Saga is here. Like that in itself is just a big win in my book. Like whenever like someone adds Vinland Saga to their list, I'm like, yeah, this is good. So I feel like Vinland Saga being in this list immediately like increases my favorability for this particular list by at least 30% to 40% at least. It increases my favorability. Like Vinland Saga is a show that I just I just love it. Like wherever there's Vinland Saga, I'm like, yeah. So I appreciate Vinland Saga being here. Like Vinland Saga is a very good show, but I don't really see much people talking about Vinland Saga or kind of saying how it's their favorite show. Like it's a good show, but not many people, I guess you would say, put it in their top. But for me, Vinland Saga is one of the top. So I always love it when someone adds Vinland Saga to their favorites list. And then there's Code Geass. Like I said, I haven't watched Code Geass, but I've heard it's really good. So overall, a solid list. I would give this list like out of a 10, I would give it a 7. Yeah, 7. I'm not going to be like I'm going to be a little bit strict in giving the ratings, because I feel like if someone is able to get 10 out of 10, that'll be a surprise. I don't want to give out 10 out of 10 to any of the lists. So if someone gets it, that'll be a big surprise to me as well. Like that must be very close to my choice, because obviously I'm ranking it based on my choice. So it's on my choice, I would give it a 7. Like I said, the ones that I don't really have, haven't really, what can I say, not really like up to my liking are Blue Lock, and I haven't watched Code Geass. So other than that, everything else is really good. Jujutsu Kaisen, I forgot to talk about it. Jujutsu Kaisen, I have to say, like, Jujutsu Kaisen gets better and better. You know, I wasn't really a big fan of season 1. Season 2 completely changed my mind. Like, now the way it's going, I can see why people really love this show. So, like, if I was making this video 1 year earlier, you know, not 1 year, but before I watched Jujutsu Kaisen season 2, I probably wouldn't have been like a big fan of Jujutsu Kaisen being added. But I can understand now, you know, now that season 2 is happening, I can understand why people love this show, and I can appreciate Jujutsu Kaisen being here. So yeah, overall it's a solid list, 7 out of 10, you know, above average. So there you go, you know, like, you have great taste in anime. Like I said, I can see that you're more of the kind of go more towards a shonen type of, like, you know, like, style, because like all the shows here, I guess you could say there's a lot of, I guess there's no slice of life I can see. No, Kaguya-sama is a slice of life, but I really wouldn't put Kaguya-sama in a slice of life, because, you know, like, slice of life, by slice of life I mean pure slice of life, which is like just doing ordinary stuff every day. Kaguya-sama is basically like a rom-com kind of, like, you know, like, more of a, I guess I could say that it kind of gives me shonen vibes as well, little bit, you know. So yeah, so overall solid list. I can see that it's like more shonen oriented. One shoujo is there, obviously, shonen and seinen oriented. So yeah, 7 out of 10. Really, really solid list. Okay, now the next list is handle name Sakura. Okay, this is the one. So okay, One Piece, ReZero, Evangelion, Kara no Kyokai, Monogatari, Fate. Okay, I think there's 2 shows I haven't watched from here. No, 3 shows. I think this is DNA 2, isn't it? I think so. No? Top left. Sorry, bottom left. And then there's Akira, and then bottom right is, I think, one of the Gundams. I'm not really sure which one. I think it's one of the Gundams. Okay, this will be a bit difficult for me to judge, because again, there's a lot of shows that I haven't watched from here. Not a lot, but 3 of them. One Piece being one of them. I haven't watched One Piece, but I know from people's like mouths, and I have watched One Piece. I have watched the first 100 episodes, so I do know how good it is. So, like, you know, like, and from what I've heard from people, One Piece is a solid addition to, you know, like, to the list, and I can really appreciate it. So even though I haven't watched it, like, you know, like, I have watched the first 100 episodes, so I do kind of know how it goes and how the style is and how it kind of, you know, like, builds itself. So based on that, I know One Piece is a really solid addition. So overall, like, you know, I approve it 100%. But other than One Piece, these 2 I haven't watched, so I really cannot say anything about DNA 2 and Gundam. So excluding those 2, I'm going to talk about the others. Okay, obviously I talked about One Piece. Like I said, I'm not really qualified enough to talk about One Piece that much, but from what I have looked at and what I've heard from other people, you know, it's a very good show. It's a solid shonen show, like, top in a lot of people's books. And by the vibe that I got from the first 100 episodes, I can understand that 100%. And yeah, so immediate approval. ReZero. Okay, ReZero, top show ReZero. Yeah, I can see that, because ReZero is, like, especially with season 2, how it went, like, season 1, season 2, like, the way season 2 went. I have to say that ReZero, yeah, as a top show, I can see that, you know, like, I wouldn't really mind if someone puts ReZero in their top, like, you know, it's a solid taste. And like, and I've heard that it gets better and better. I'm really looking forward to the upcoming seasons. I'm an anime only, so, you know, I'm looking forward to the upcoming season. So, like, yeah, like, you know, good choice. Evangelion. Oh my god, my experience for Evangelion was amazing. I have forgotten most of the things from Evangelion because it's so complicated. You know, I reacted to Evangelion on my channel, and oh my god, it was an experience. And especially the final few episodes, like the movie, and you know, like, I even reacted to the other two movies, the new ones. What are those called? The rebuild movies. I think that's what they call the 3 movies that they got. You know, and overall, Evangelion was an experience. I understood, like there was a few episodes where I understood nothing, and I was like, "What is happening here?" But after, like everyone like kind of talked about it in the comment section and everything, you know, it has a like Evangelion has a, what can I say? Has probably one of the most compelling and interesting stories. Like the whole world building, like the way, like I said, I don't remember much. It's very complicated. I feel like I at least need to watch Evangelion 5 times to understand and probably remember everything. So I've only watched it one time, so a lot of things have gone out of my head. But I do remember, and I do remember realizing how beautifully created their whole, like the way they made the story. And not only that, when everything, all the mysteries kind of gets, like revealed by the end of it, and you understand what's happening, who are the angels, all that stuff, you know I'm like, damn, this is mind-blowing. And there's a lot of, like like things in this show. Like this show is a, yeah, again, a solid, like like addition to the top list of any person. I can appreciate an Evangelion. It was beautiful. And I've heard like a lot of people didn't really like the third revealed movie, the final one, where everything kind of, like like wraps up together, and like they kind of get a happily ever after ending. Obviously it's different. It's like a different, like like thing from the original ending. The final movie of Evangelion. I'm talking about the rebuild movies. However, I have to say the rebuild movies, the ending I also really liked. Like like I just liked seeing, like like the characters getting a happy ending. Like there you go, whoever it is with. So yeah, like overall, yeah, solid choice. Kara no Kyokai, I think this is the third movie, which has Asagami Fujino. And yeah, Kara no Kyokai, again, like it's just, like I'm gonna put Kara no Kyokai in the same category as Evangelion, because Kara no Kyokai, like the Type Moon universe, is vast, it's compelling, it's amazing, it is beautiful, it is beautifully crafted. And I am a big Type Moon fan. I've played Fate Grand Order. I've watched a lot of the Fate, like like most of the Fate, like stuff, and I'm heavily involved with that. I've played, like the other Type Moon, like stuff. For example, Witch on the Holy Night, Tsukihime. I've also kind of played. So yeah, like anything related to Type Moon, immediate approval in my book. And damn, this list is really good. I can see that. Yeah, it really matches my taste. So yeah, Kara no Kyokai, immediate, like approval. Monogatari series, oh boy, the top in my list is the, oh, Monogatari is just amazing. And like from everything, if you've been following my channel for a while, you know how much I love Monogatari. And yeah, immediate approval again. Really good show, and I just love it. Oh, Fate Stay Night, again, another Type Moon, like show. And yes, amazing. Like Fate Stay Night, Kara no Kyokai, both instant approval. Love both of them. Like, so yeah, this middle list is beautiful. All three of them. And again, like I said, I haven't watched DNA 2, Akira, and okay, I can see the theme here. You know, Evangelion, ReZero. I'll also kind of, like ReZero also kind of matches, like kind of like the similar theme to Evangelion, Kara no Kyokai Monogatari, Fate, Akira. I can see the, yeah, the connection, the kind of like the taste here. It's more like, so mystery, thriller, what else? Those type of things, like a show which has like a dark theme, I guess you could say, but at the same time it is very, I guess you could say it has a lot of, like, yeah, like Fate, Evangelion, Akira, like I wouldn't call them dark as per se, but they can get quite dark. Like especially Fate, Kara no Kyokai, especially this movie. This movie is extremely dark. Movie 3, I think, which has Asakami Fujino. Fate as well, yeah. Evangelion, yeah, dark. Monogatari, yeah. Parts of it, I guess you could say, sometimes, but more of a suspense thriller, Monogatari is. ReZero, extremely dark, yeah. Akira is also kind of dark. So yeah, I can see the connection, the thing. So yeah, overall this list, and like I said, I have no idea about DNA 2 and Gundam, so I'm not going to talk about them. Akira, yeah, I watched Akira, the movie. I don't really remember much of it. Again, it was like, most of the movies that I watch, I kind of forget about it because it's like 2-hour movie. So I watch it and I kind of remember it for the next couple of months, and then little by little it starts getting out of my memory. So I do remember really enjoying it. It had like I think as far as I can remember, it had a post-apocalyptic cyberpunk kind of like theme, and it had a very interesting story where like I kind of remember it. But yeah, I remember really enjoying it. So yeah, overall, I would give this an 8 out of 10. This list is very good. Yeah, it really. No, you know what? Not 8, a little bit more. I'm going to give this an 8.5 out of 10. Yeah. And this probably would have gotten a 9 out of 10, but I cannot really do that because there's 3 shows I haven't really watched. So, excluding those 3, the fact that I'm giving this an 8.5 out of 10 is crazy. I probably would have given it a 9 if I have watched all the shows. So, yeah, this is the top for me, at least for now. This was a great list. And yeah. Okay. Now, the next one. This is the list from handle name I am not human. Okay, wait. Oh, Carnival Phantasm. I wasn't expecting to see Carnival Phantasm at the top list. Elmeloy Case Files, Steins Gate, Kano Kyokai Movie 3 again. Okay, now I kind of did a little bit of research here. This show I had no clue about, and I did a little bit of research, and this is a show. I think is it a Chinese show? I think so. It's called Link Click, and I read the summary. It's a very interesting summary, and it has a high rating. Like, it's extremely popular. Weird how I never really heard about it, even though. So yeah, it's very recent as well. 2021 it came out. So I never heard about it at all. So I was surprised. I was like, what is this? But then I kind of did a little bit of research on it, and now I know what this is. So this is a show that I haven't watched. So probably can't talk about this. Okay, then Fate Stay Night Heaven's Feel, Unlimited Blade Works, Fate Stay Night Danganronpa, and this is Fate Zero, isn't it? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Iskander is there. A lot of Fate. Damn. Okay. Like I said, there's 2 surprising, like out of this list. Not 2, quite a few. For example, I'm very surprised to see Carnival Phantasm at the top. But you know what? Carnival Phantasm being at the top, I can respect that, because Carnival Phantasm is definitely peak comedy. If you are involved with the Fate franchise, if you know the Type Moon characters, it's peak comedy. If you don't know the Type Moon characters, have no idea, you won't understand anything. So yeah, so people who know the show and in itself, it's peak comedy. And wait, this is Grand Carnival, not Carnival Phantasm. Wait a minute, I just realized this is Grand Carnival. This is from the FGO characters. Okay, it's not even Carnival Phantasm. It's okay, Grand Carnival. I think as far as I remember, it had like 2 or 3 episodes. That's why I'm saying it's very interesting seeing this in the top list, like the top. Okay, Elmeloy Case Files. I also wasn't expecting Elmeloy Case Files to be at the top. I can understand Steins Gate being at the top. I can understand Kano Kyokai being at the top. Unlimited Blade Works, I can understand. No, sorry, Heaven's Feel I can understand. Unlimited Blade Work I can understand. Fate Zero I can understand. I can understand Danganronpa being at the top as well. This one was a surprise. Like I said, this show, what's it called? Link Click, I think, yeah. And like Grand Carnival, Elmeloy Case Files. These 2 are a surprise for me. So let's talk about this list. First of all, I very much like this list because it has a lot of Fate stuff in it. However, at the same time, I would like to say that even though I love the Fate universe and Fate franchise, I wouldn't really put any of their roots at the top, like the top 10 or 9 animes, for me at least. Because it's good, but it's not really. I have a lot of animes which I rate higher than Fate. Like Fate for me, or the Type Moon franchise for me, is in a weird position. I love the franchise as a whole, the Type Moon franchise, everything in it. Fate Grand Order, Fate, Tsukihime, Kano Kyokai, Mahotsukai no Yoru, every single thing all together, the whole franchise, I will put it at the top. It's probably in my 1 or 2 position. However, individually, the roots in Fate, that is Unlimited Blade Works, or Heaven's Feel, or the Fate route, that is Saber's route, the original one, or Fate Zero, any of them I wouldn't really put at the top. Like that's why I said it's in a complicated position. So I can appreciate Fate being here, but at the same time, I in my list at least Fate won't be at the top. So that's the thing. Steins Gate can be at the top in my list. Yeah, and Danganronpa I can understand because Danganronpa is amazing. So overall, like even though it has so many Fate, this list is average for me. I'm sorry, but again, like I said, this is just my opinion. um Grand Carnival, as a like like few episodes anime, like just being like for the like it's top tier comedy for people who are like who love the show in itself. So yeah. El Malloy Case Files, I liked El Malloy Case Files, but I feel like unless and until we get more of it, season 2, season 3, I probably like it's kind of like an average tier for me. I liked it, but I kind of want more to appreciate it a little bit more. Steins Gate, I 100% agree, it deserves to be in the top 10. And Steins Gate is amazing. Everything related to Steins Gate 0, all the stuff, beautiful. 100% agree. Kano Kyokai, I talked about it in the other list. Kano Kyokai 3, I can understand it being in the top. Kano Kyokai, all the movies were really good. My particular favorite was that one. I'm going to just mention it. I don't remember the exact number, but there's that one with the was it movie 4? There was another guy kind of like involved in that story. I remember Toko being heavily involved in that story, in that movie. They kind of went in a like a they had like a lift, and there was that guy who looked like Emi Ashiro, that guy. That movie, that was my absolute favorite one, even though I don't really remember any of the names of those characters and what exactly happened. That was my absolute favorite. But yeah, a movie 3 I can understand, like which had Asagami Fujino in it. This one I have no idea. The Link Click, I think that was his name. So I cannot really talk about it. Heaven's Feel, again, like I said, I like the Roots. However, I wouldn't really put them at the top in my list at least. But I can understand being the Fate Roots being in the top of other people's list. I can understand it. It's a very good, like like all throughout. It's a very good route. And also Unlimited Blade Work, same, just like Heaven's Feel. I can understand being it at the top. Danganronpa, interesting. I wasn't expecting Danganronpa to be here. Now, a little bit of a, I would say, thing I would like to say here. I haven't watched the anime. However, I have played the game. That is why I can talk about Danganronpa. This is the first one I remember. I remember playing the game, and I remember going through all the, because in the anime they'll just literally tell you the like the everything, all the secrets and all the mysteries and all the like the things that used to happen. However, I remember playing the game and I had to solve the mysteries, and it was a fun experience. I remember everything, a lot of the things. I'm not going to talk much here because I remember playing the game and there was a few of the puzzles that I extremely loved, and I felt really accomplished when I was able to realize who the certain like criminal is and all that stuff. Like all that stuff that happens in Danganronpa. So I know about this. I know how good it is. Even though I haven't watched the anime, I've played the game, and I feel like obviously the original source material is obviously superior to everything else. So yeah, and then we have Fate Zero, and yeah, I can understand Fate Zero being at the top. Again, I wouldn't really put it in my top list, but I can understand. So overall, judging this, I would say again, like I said, it's average. So wait, the first one, I think I gave it a 7 out of 10, didn't I? Yeah. I would give this a 6.5 out of 10 because I feel like this one. No, you know what? Wait. No, I'll give it a 7 out of 10 because again, I like Fate in itself. So I feel like giving it a 6.5 would be kind of bad. So I'm going to give it the same score as the first one because Steins Gate is here, Fate is here, Danganronpa is, yeah. You know what? No, not 6.5. 7 out of 10 is appropriate for this. And yeah. So overall, a good list, an okay list. So there you go. All right, the next one is Ken, handle name, and this is the list. So, okay, so One Piece, Gintama, Spy Family. This is Konosuba, and this is is this? Oh wait, oh my God, I just. Wait, this is, wait a minute, let me just double check. I don't want to like embarrass myself. I just want to check something if I'm correct or not. It's Initial D, isn't it? Yeah, I think so. I haven't watched it. You know, there's quite a few shows I haven't watched, and I kind of need to watch, I guess. Initial D, I think it's Initial D. If I'm wrong, let me know. That's why I said I don't want to embarrass myself, because Initial D is a very popular and a very highly loved show, even though I haven't watched it. So, and okay, One Punch Man, Chainsaw Man. Oh, this one, Mahosehe no Slave, something like that. Chained Soldier, I think that's the English name. It's a lot easier to remember. And this didn't haven't still gotten an anime. It's only in manga. It's going to get an anime. And then we have Fate Unlimited Blade Works. All right. Okay, interesting list. Again, One Piece. I talked about it in the previous list. So I haven't watched One Piece, but I do know how it's really good. So instant approval, being in the top. Gintama, instant approval, being at the top. Yes, Gintama deserves to be on the top. If you haven't watched Gintama, I think anyone who's kind of like knows about anime and have been watching anime for quite a while definitely needs to watch Gintama. You're missing out a lot, and by a lot I mean a lot. Gintama is beautifully made, and it is just one of the best shows. Then Spy Family, I wouldn't really put Spy Family at the top of my list, but yeah, I guess I can see Spy Family being at the top. I like the anime, but I wouldn't really put it on any like top list. So I'm Spy Family. Yeah, I don't probably wouldn't put it here. At least for if it's in my list. So yeah, One Piece and Gintama instant approval. Spy Family, yeah, you know, I can appreciate it being here, but personally, I wouldn't really put Spy Family there. So yeah, just my opinion though. Konosuba, yeah, obviously it deserves to be at the top. Konosuba, yeah, I instant approval. Initial D, I think it's Initial D. Correct me if I'm wrong. I cannot really say anything because I have no idea, but it's extremely popular, and I'm sure it's good. One Punch Man. At the top, One Punch Man. Yeah, I can see it. I was thinking like, would I really put One Punch Man at the top? And I just realized the author of One Punch Man, and I'm like, yeah, I would put it, because even though One Punch Man looks like a shonen show, I wouldn't really call it a shonen. Is it a shonen show, One Punch Man? I don't know. I have no idea. But like, it has quite a few interesting things which typical shonen shows don't really have. And like I said, the author of One Punch Man, amazing author, and yeah. So okay, yeah, I can see One Punch Man being at the top. Chainsaw Man, yes, I can see Chainsaw Man. God damn it, why am I stuttering? Chainsaw Man. I can see Chainsaw Man being at the top. When Chainsaw Man came out, I wasn't really expecting much, but the thing about Chainsaw Man is it's really different from the typical shonens, and that is why I love about it. That is what I love about Chainsaw Man. It is not like the same shonen, like like a bad person fight bad person, win, like get stronger, bad person comes again, not enough power, training arc, fight, win, bad person comes. Like this whole thing. It's not really like that. Chainsaw Man has so much more. I guess you could say, like, so much It's so much different that it doesn't feel like a shonen. It's very different. So I really appreciate Chainsaw Man being here. And personally, I have read the other, the author's other works, and I feel like Chainsaw Man is going to be amazing in the upcoming years. I don't know where the manga is currently, but reading the author's other works, he's a gifted individual. The way he crafts stories and the way the stories go, I am a big fan of his other works. I've read Sayonara Eddie. I've read what was the name of that one? Mugen, no, something. Wait a minute. Something Nayuta. I remember that manga. Uh, oh God, I've forgotten the name. What was the name? It's all of these are one shots, you know. So I haven't really read Fire Punch. I think I should read Fire Punch, but the one shots that the author of Chainsaw Man has produced. You know what? Let me just check. It's going to bother me otherwise. Um, the I've forgotten the name of the author as well. Wait a minute, just a second. Adaptation Chainsaw Man, and author is here we go. Fujimoto, Tatsuki Fujimoto. Yeah, his other works, which is one of them is Sayonara 80. Yeah, like I said. Oh, what? I cannot find that one. Where is it? Anyways, there's another one called, I think, like something Nayuta. I forgot the full name. That one, you know, and a few others I've read. Yes, I have high expectations for Chainsaw Man. That's why I really rate Chainsaw Man. I rate Chainsaw Man high up. And the first season I've watched it and I can see it's yeah. So I can appreciate Chainsaw Man being here. Chain Soldier now. Yeah, I don't remember much from the manga. I have read the manga, kind of, you know. I don't remember much from the manga, but I remember the art being gorgeous, and I remember the story. It seems like a typical fan service story, but it actually has a good plot, and it has an actual story, you know. And I kind of enjoyed myself. I wouldn't really put it on my top list though, but I can see liking this show, like, you know, show. And now that the anime is going to come out, you know, everyone's going to watch it, so I'm sure people will know how good it is. So yeah, and then Fate, Unlimited Blade Works. Yeah, I can see it being here. So the only two shows that I don't really agree with is Spy Family and Chain Soldier. Other than that, and I don't know anything about Initial D, so I cannot really speak about it. Other than that, everyone else here, I can see it being here. So yeah, overall, I would give this I'll give this a 7.5 out of 10. Yeah, I think that's a good, you know, like rating to give this. Okay, the next one. This one is provided by handle name Sake. Okay, 86. Oregairu, Attack on Titan, Hunter x Hunter, ReZeros, Bunny Girl Senpai, Silent Voice, Mushoku Tensei, and Unlimited Blade Works. Okay, for the first time I do every single anime here. First time, yes. Right, 86. I haven't really watched season 2. I will do it. You know, like it's always there in my back, like, you know, like back of the list. But I haven't really watched season 2, and I should do it because I know it is really good. Season 1 I watched, and I have to say, yeah, really good choice. 86, I can see being in the top list of someone here. Oregairu, yes. Oregairu is probably one of the, I guess you could say, one of the best, at least like in my opinion, the best slice of life rom-com, in my opinion. It's the best one, you know. So yeah, Oregairu being here, not the best, second best. Wait a minute, no, I remember another one. Sangatsu no Lion is the best for me. This one's the second best for me. And yes, yeah, instant approval. Oregairu being here. Attack on Titan, even though I wouldn't really put it in my personal list at the top, Attack on Titan is an amazing show. You know, it has done so many things and it has provided so much for us for so many years. Overall, Attack on Titan is definitely deserving of the top position. And I cannot really, like, you know, like disagree seeing this here at the top. Hunter x Hunter, yes, again. Okay, this list is really good. I'm really liking this list. Hunter x Hunter, yes, again. It's a shonen, but it has the story is provided in such an interesting way. It is a shonen, obviously, but especially the Chimera Ants arc. Oh my god, that is one of the most beautiful arcs I've ever seen in any anime, in any shonen anime. Like Hunter x Hunter, like whenever someone talks about Hunter x Hunter, immediately my head goes towards Chimera Ants arc. and yeah, like everything else was really good as well, but like in my head at least instantly goes to Kimara Ants. So yes, Hunter definitely deserves to be here. ReZero, I talked about it, ReZero as well. Yeah, I can see this being here. Bunny Girl Senpai, yeah, it's a good show, but okay, this is probably the first one that I will kind of disagree with. At least in my list, I wouldn't put Bunny Girl Senpai at the top. But yeah, it's a really good show. It had very interesting characters and everything. It was kind of divided into different arcs, which kind of reminded me of the Monogatari style. Like the way they kind of divided the whole story into different arcs for the different girls, and ultimately, yeah, it is really. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's kind of really like Monogatari, isn't it? Bunny Girl Senpai, because both of the shows, the main character gets hooked up in the first one or two episodes, and then they go through the other girls' arc and everything. Yeah, it's just like Monogatari. Now I'm realizing it. What the hell? But anyways, yeah, but I feel like it would have been, I don't know, like I feel like Bunny Girl Senpai was kind of, I have no idea. I haven't really read the source material, so I cannot really say. But for me, it felt like a bit rushed, wasn't it? Again, like I said, I haven't read the source material. I don't know if that's how it goes in the source material. But like every character had like 2 or 3 episodes for them, so it really felt a little bit less. I feel like they could have like expanded and kind of like fleshed it out a little bit more if they kind of did it in 2 seasons or something. I don't know. Again, but in the top list, I wouldn't really. Yeah. So okay, the first one I don't share the same sentiment. Koe no Katachi, yes, I can see Koe no Katachi being in the top. Really good movie. Probably my most favorite movie. Yeah, no, my most favorite movies out of the Ghibli movies. Laputa is my most favorite movie, I think. You know, out of the standalone movies I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the other, I'm not talking about in franchise movies like Fate or the others, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the standalone movies. My favorite one is one of the Ghibli movies, is Laputa. So other yeah, still it ranks high up in my list, in my movie ranking list. So yeah, Koe no Katachi I can understand. Mushoku Tensei, 100% agree. Probably the best isekai currently ongoing. I love Mushoku Tensei and Fate Unlimited Blade Works. Okay, this list, yes, it's very nice. Hmm. Wait, how much did I? 8.5 was the highest, wasn't it? I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10. I really love this list. I really agree with most of them, and yes, beautiful list. Yeah, I agree. Okay, all right. The next one is handle name Srutin. Okay, One Piece again. I can see One Piece being in the top, list for a lot of people. Yes, again, instant approval. Fairy Tail. I wouldn't really put Fairy Tail at the top. It's good, but the way they butchered the ending and everything, even though it wasn't really the ending, I would say, because we have the 100 Years Quest. But I really disliked the way it ended the anime. It was really weirdly they kind of did it. Not only that, there's been really good parts in Fairy Tail. I remember there's a few of the arcs that I absolutely adored. For example, the Edless arc, and then the whole what was the name? The Eclipse arc. Yeah, those are the sections I really adored. But then it had its fair shortcomings as well. So overall, I won't really put it at the top, but I can see Fairy Tail being at the top. Eminence in Shadow, okay. Uh, yeah, it's a good show. Again, I wouldn't really put it at my top list. Um, in the isekai list, it's there in the top, not at the top, but it's kind of highly rated for me. But I feel like I need to watch more of the seasons for Eminence in Shadow. For it, only one season came out. I cannot really compare it to all the other shows that I've been watching for so long. So yeah, I wouldn't really put it at my top list either. Wait, High School DxD at the top? No. I mean, yeah, it's a good show, I guess. Like, like the thing about High School DxD is like it has so much fan service that whatever little story it has kind of just gets submerged in that. Like, it actually has a story. I do remember it had a very interesting story. There was like a lot of like gods and like like a lot of Norse mythology and stuff as far as I can remember. I don't really remember much. It's been so long I've watched this. But like I said, it has so much fan service and harem that it just gets the actual story gets submerged in very like so yeah no not this one not Hunter x Hunter in the top list. Fate, yes, 100%. Unlimited Blade Works. No Game No Life. Okay. Yeah, I can see No Game No Life being at the top. However, I feel like this needs more seasons. Like I said, I think I talked about this before. I remember like No Game No Life having like some kind of a problem, which is why the upcoming seasons got cancelled or something, which is kind of a like weird. Like hopefully we get it someday, because like I remember Bleach having a problem back in the day as well, which is why it got discontinued. And now we have gotten Bleach back again. So hopefully in the future we get more seasons for No Game No Life. But I feel like we need more seasons for No Game No Life to properly appreciate it. And yes, like I can see No Game No Life being at the top list. Bleach, yes, I can see Bleach here being at the top as well. Bleach is another like obviously one of the like most beloved shonen animes, and it's done a really good job of coming back and providing us with content. And I really like it. Out of the shonens, it's definitely one of my favorites, and I can see Bleach being at the top. Toaru, I haven't watched Toaru. I plan on watch. Okay, here we go. I plan on watching it. I'm going to do a reaction of it very soon. After one of the animes are going to get ended, because I've heard so much of Toaru. I think yeah, it's a Toaru series, isn't it? Toaru no Majutsu no Index, Toaru no Kagaku no Railgun. So I plan on doing the reaction series for this because I've heard so much about this, and a lot of people have kind of like said good things about it. So I'm going to watch it. It seems like a show that I kind of like. This type of show I kind of like. So I'll do it. It's coming. I just wanted to tell you guys. So I cannot talk about it now. I haven't watched Toaru, and this is oh, I forgot the name. Mondai Jitachi no something. I watched it, but I've forgotten everything about it. And I do remember it was kind of good, but I wouldn't really put it at the top. So like basically because it had like one season and that's it, and I don't really remember much about it. So this list is a mixed bag for me. Ones which I approve of being at the top is One Piece, Fate, No Game No Life, Bleach. I don't know anything about Toaru. I cannot really speak about Monjai Jitachi because I hardly remember stuff. So yeah, this is an okay list. This would probably get a 6.5. You know, because and I can see like like I can see like people like what can I say? Like these are the shows I would say that very new anime watchers would like, because I remember liking these shows when I started anime. Fairy Tail was my absolute favorite. It was probably one of my top shows. You know, and like shows like like these like not Hunter Hunter, sorry, High School DxD and all of these things I would used to watch, and I would be like, damn, this is some good story. But then little by little, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years passed. I'm at the 10th year watching anime. And now I am like, yeah, you know what, my tastes have changed a lot. So I feel like this is like a very newcomer, I guess you could say. I wouldn't call it newcomer friendly, but a newcomer, a list that a newcomer would really like. It has a few shows that like are very light-hearted, I guess you could say. There's not much complicated stuff, and it's just pure fun. And yeah, and not that it's bad, but I would say that like more and more you watch anime, like now that I'm watching it for such a long time, tastes change, and my tastes also have changed. So if this was like I was making this list maybe like 7 years ago, I would probably say like, oh, this is one of the best lists. Now I really wouldn't. But again, these are all my opinions. Like all of these shows are quite good. but I wouldn't put them at the top. That's basically the thing. And then comes the final one, handling Xenon or Xenon. I don't know how this is pronounced. Okay, Made in Abyss, Violet Evergarden. Okay, Gintama, Steins Gate, Fate, Heaven's Feel, K-On, JoJo, season 5, I think, yeah, Monster, and Monogatari. Okay, the only one I haven't watched from here is Monster, and I feel like I need to watch it. I've heard so many people saying so many good things about Monster, and I feel like I can really love Monster because I feel like it has like the style of it is something I really would like, so who knows, maybe in the future, if I get enough time, I'll do a reaction of Monster in the future. I think it has like 50 episodes or something. So yeah, so I'm not going to say anything about Monsters because I cannot really speak about it, but I've heard it's quite good, so I can understand it being in the top. Okay, Made in Abyss, interesting. I wasn't expecting Made in Abyss to be here. However, I would say that I can see Made in Abyss being at the top because Made in Abyss is just, yes, it's quite unique. I just like, it's dark, it's unique, it has mystery, and it has weird stuff happening which you don't really understand what's going on at the beginning, but then little by little you understand. One of the best villains is from Made in Abyss. I remember Bondred, and I remember people completely like hating on Bondred so much. I hate him as well, but you know what, like, Bondred is a character that made me realize that a villain who is absolutely hated can also be a favorite character. Like, there's a lot of things about Made in Abyss that made me just like realize how good of a anime it is, and it's, yeah, I can see it being at the top. Approved 100%. Violet Evergarden, instant approval. Yes, I can see Violet Evergarden being at the top. I haven't watched the movie, but I have watched the anime, and then I think like there was like a side movie as far as I can remember, and then there's a final movie. I haven't watched the final movie though, but so yes, Violet Evergarden, yeah, obviously instant approval. Oh god, oh boy, I remember watching Violet Evergarden. I still remember episode 10. Oh my god, like I don't think I've ever seen anything more emotional ever. Like Clannad, Anohana, yeah, those made me cry. But I feel like the episode 10 made me cry and made me depressed. Like it was a weird experience. I'm pretty sure if people who watched Violet Evergarden know what I'm talking about. The name of the episode was something called A Mother's Love or something. I still remember it. I would never forget that episode. Good God. Yeah, instant approval. Gintama, yes. No, obviously, I talked about Gintama before and in the other list. And yes, instant approval, Gintama definitely is one of the top. And yeah, it has everything. What do you want? What do you want in Gintama? I don't think there's anything that you would want and Gintama cannot provide you. Gintama has everything. And it has a absolutely beautifully crafted story. So, and it has comedy. So what else do you need? It has sadness. It has everything. Gintama definitely deserves to be at the top. And then there's Steins Gate. Oh boy, I talked about Steins Gate as well before. And yeah, again, instant approval. Steins Gate just, yes, beautiful. Steins Gate is just, yeah, what can I say? One of the first science fiction, anime visual novel, I would say. I really loved, and it actually made me go and search Wikipedia for at least a few weeks, trying to figure out stuff about time travel and time theory that they talked about. I literally spent at least 1 week trying to figure out what's happening and trying to understand the plot. The anime did a good job, but I would like to say that the visual novel, I started with the visual novel, and the visual novel has a lot of things that I literally needed to sit down, open a Wikipedia article, search out a few terms like chaos theory, butterfly effect, what else? Wormholes, what else? The whole attractor field theory they talked about, which I guess doesn't really exist. Then multiple world interpretation, all these things, all these terms that I had no clue about, and they were just popping in one after the other, and I had to literally go and research about them, understand about them, and then read the novel alongside. And I absolutely loved that time, and it's still one of my most fond memories, reading Steins Gate visual novel. I cannot really speak about the anime because I started with the visual novel. So yes, it has a special place in my heart. Yeah, Steins Gate, instant approval. Fate, Heaven's Feel. Like I said, even though I wouldn't put it on my top list, I can see it being in the top of a lot of people's list. K-On! You know what? If I was making this list a few years ago, I probably wouldn't have put K-On! Here because I haven't watched it, obviously. But weirdly enough, I'm watching K-On! Now. I'm reacting to it on my channel as well, and I feel like K-On! Definitely deserves the top list in slice of life. K-On! Is probably one of the best slice of life I've watched, and I've watched a lot of slice of lives. You know, K-On! is beautiful, and I absolutely love K-On! So I can see it being in the top here. JoJo season 5. Yeah, I liked season 5. You know what, JoJo, for me, I feel like every season of JoJo is kind of like yeah, obviously I have favorites, like, one I kind of like a few, like, the seasons more than the others, but overall I would kind of rate everything JoJo kind of same, and so season 5, like, I liked season 5. I wouldn't really put JoJo season 5 at the top of my list, but I can understand JoJo season 5 being at the top. And like, like, it had a really good story, and like I said, JoJo is a good show. I really enjoy JoJo. However, I wouldn't really put one or the other seasons above each other, and I really have to say, like, I don't really see people talking about season 6, but season 6 ending really blew my mind. So that probably I have to say, like, that was probably one of the most interesting experiences I've ever had, like the last few episodes of season 6. I was mind blown. And I was like, damn, this is actually really good. So overall, JoJo is high there in my book. I wouldn't really put it at the top, but I can see it being at the top. Monster, again, I won't really speak about it because I have no clue. And the Monogatari series, obviously, instant approval. Anyone puts Monogatari in the top, instant approval, because it's also my top show. So there you go. Overall, this list is a really good list. I would give this list, what was the highest I gave? 9 out of 10. I would give this a 9 out of 10 as well. Yes. Now, I need to see, wait, which other list did I give 9 out of 10? Wait a minute, let me check. Wait. Oh, this one. Take, I think yeah. This list I gave 9 out of 10. And then Zenon, I also am giving 9 out of 10. No, you know what? Wait a minute. Oh no, I have to know. God, no. Okay, I was going to say, like, it's a tie, so I need to make a tiebreaker, but I don't really need to because I haven't watched one anime in this list, Zenon's list. So I would have to give Sake's list the top. Out of the tiebreaker, I have to give Sake's list the top because I've watched everything here and I know how good they are. So this list wins, and it kind of is like a lot closer to my taste. However, there's a few shows here that I guess overall this list was quite good, because there's Mushoku Tensei here, there's Oregairu here, there's Fate here, Hunter x Hunter here, ReZero. Yeah, overall this is a really solid list, I would say. So overall this list wins, but I have to say this list, Sakura's list, has a lot of my absolute favorites. For example, Monogatari, Evangelion. Yeah, but the problem with, like, Sakura's list is that there's a lot of shows I haven't watched. That's basically the problem here. So yeah, that is why Sake's list wins. There you go. One of the like one of the list which I kind of like is closer to my taste. Now I'm going to show you my taste here. Obviously, everyone showed their taste. It's unfair for me not to show mine. So yeah, judge me. Here we go. This is my list. I judged you guys. Now you can judge me. So Monogatari, Vinland Saga, Sangatsu no Lion, Gintama, Oregairu, Steins Gate, Tatami Galaxy, Mushoku Tensei, and Golden Kamuy. So all of these shows have a very special place in my heart. I absolutely love them. Monogatari is the top anime in my everything I've watched. Monogatari is the top. I talked about this before, but I'm going to say it again. The thing that I really enjoy about Monogatari is obviously number one, the characters. The characters have so much personality. Number two, I love the clever storytelling. The author is a genius. Nishio Osin, I think, yeah. Um, he is an absolute genius. The way he storytells, the way he crafts his story is beautiful. This you can literally watch two characters talk throughout the whole episode, talking about some random things, and you'll be entertained. Like you start watching the episode, and after 24 minutes you realize like, oh, the episode ended. Wait a minute, the characters never left the room. They were just sitting there talking throughout the whole episode, but I was entertained. That's how beautifully the dialogue is crafted. And that's the anime. I've heard the light novel does an even better job at the dialogue. So I absolutely love this show. That is why I feel like the main reason I love this show is the beautifully crafted and the clever, witty storytelling. And obviously my favorite character is in here, Oshino Shinobu. So yeah, that is why these are all the main big reasons. I can talk about Monogatari for at least an hour if you give me. There's so many things I can talk about Monogatari about. So I'm going to stop now. And yeah, it's the absolute favorite of all of my anime, so it's at the top. And then there's Vinland Saga, one of my top shows again, because Vinland Saga, I've talked about Vinland Saga. It is a story about self, self, I guess you could say, improvement. Yeah, self improvement. And the way the story is just what can I say, like the development and everything. Yeah, Vinland Saga is top in my list. And then there's Sangatsu no Lion. I don't really see many people talking about this show, but this show is my absolute favorite slice of life. It is not only a slice of life, it is so much more. And it's a shogi show, obviously, but shogi isn't really the main point of the show. It's just there, and there's a few games and everything. You can kind of appreciate it even though you don't know shogi. But the main thing that this show deals with is so much more. It deals with interpersonal relationships, depression, learning to love yourself, accepting yourself, and finding peace, and all these things. And it's such a beautiful show. I really hope they bring this show back for a season 3, because yeah, I don't know why they're not really bringing all the shows that I love is not really getting a season 2. What is wrong with this world? where Monogatari did end, but where is the side extra monster side stories? I think there's a few more stories after. Where are those? Why are those not getting adapted? Where's Sangatsu no Lion season 3? What is happening? Okay. Then Gintama, I talked about Gintama. Gintama, it has everything. I still remember a lot of the scenes in the show, and it just blew my mind. I was late in starting Gintama. However, even though I was late in starting, because I feel like Gintama has a special place in a lot of people's heart who have been watching this show from their childhood. Gintama is old. It has started from a long time ago. But me being a new anime watcher, I watched Gintama at least 5 years ago or something, I think. But I still absolutely enjoyed it. I loved it. It still is and I think we're getting a little spin-off for Gintama. I'm really excited for that Ginpachi Sensei or whatever the hell that is. I'm really excited for that. But yeah, Gintama is beautiful. Oregairu, one of the best slice of lives. The show at the beginning it seemed like a normal slice of life, but as we go on and on, Oregairu shows how, again, the characters, they have so much personality, and they have so much I guess you could say, well written. And it's just that there's a lot of interesting thing that this anime covers. Again, like loneliness, interpersonal relationships, stuff like that, and how a boy an ordinary boy who's kind of like like reclused, little by little, is able to find friends who can appreciate him, and learns to appreciate himself as well. All right, Steins Gate. I talked about Steins Gate. I read the visual novel, and it was an absolute blast. And I love everything about Steins Gate. I then watched the anime. Then Steins Gate Zero came out. I watched that as well. And yeah, like the Science Adventure series, like the Steins Gate is part of a big series called the Science Adventure series. There's a few other shows related to Steins Gate as well, like Chaos Head, Chaos Child. Then there is Robotic Notes. If you guys have read the novels, I'm talking about visual novels. I think Chaos Child and Chaos Head also has an anime. I don't know. Robotic Notes also has an anime. Yeah, it wasn't really that good, I think. But I've read the novels, visual novels, and I really adore the Science Adventure series so much. I think Occultic 9 is also part of the Science Adventure series. I think so. But anyways, so yeah, like the Science Adventure series is Science Kids is one of the bigger ones in that, and yes, like it's beautiful. Like I love everything about it. Tatami Galaxy, I recently watched it. I think like 1 or 2 years it has happened. I even reacted to it. I've never seen a show anything similar to this. This is one of the most interesting experiences I've ever had. The show, the dialogue is as if the characters are rapping. That is how fast it goes. They're just like like as if they're like running a race or something. It's kind of difficult to understand at the beginning, but the more and more you kind of get accustomed to it, you understand it, and it has one of the most unique stories I've ever heard. I've ever watched, and it was amazing. Tatami Galaxy, you can watch. It's a bit like I said again. It's a bit difficult to get into because the characters speak so quickly. But yeah, it's one of the best. Mushoku Tensei again. It's a show about self improvement, and I always appreciate that. It's an isekai, and it's really kind of uncommon in isekai to get to see a character like Rudius, who started from the bottom and who is really improving himself and becoming a better person. And it's very rare in isekai to see something like that. I can see why a lot of people really praised Mushoku Tensei when it came out. A lot of people were like, "Oh, this is one of the best isekais." First few seasons, give it a bit of time to kind of develop itself. You'll understand what we are saying. First season was obviously good, but I really didn't feel anything. The second season, I'm feeling it. I can understand what the people were talking about, and that's why I rate Mushoku Tensei highly up there. It never was in any top list, in my list at least, until season 2 came out. It's a recent addition to my top list. And then there's Golden Kamuy. If you haven't watched Golden Kamuy, do so, please. It's a very underrated show. Not in Japan though. I think in the Western audience I haven't really heard of Golden Kamuy. I don't know why. Even though people absolutely love stories like which has like the Golden Kamuy kind of theme. I don't know why people haven't really heard of Golden Kamuy. Like I don't really see people in Japan. It's extremely popular. I think in Japan Golden Kamuy is like one of the top mangas and animes. I don't know why here people barely even know about this show. It's weird because this show has everything. Again, it really is just I wouldn't call it has everything, but the theme it has everything in that. And oh boy, Golden Kamuy's comedy is probably one of the best comedies. Even though it's not supposed to be a comedy anime, it does this comedy flawlessly. And boy, it's a joy watching this show. It still hasn't completed. It's in the fourth season, I think, yeah, or something. But I'm sure we're going to get a continuation, and I'm sure the anime is going to adapt the whole manga. That's what it seems like, and I'm really glad about it. So there you go. That was my list. Yeah. Let me know what you think about my list, and let me know what you think about all the others. Again, this is the first time I'm doing this, so I don't really know how to kind of present this. I feel like I'll try to do, if I make another video on something like this, if more people gives me like, like submissions like this, I'll probably make another video in the future. But I feel like I'll try to kind of summarize it a bit more. I feel like I talked about every single like list for a long time. It's like 1 hour I'm speaking about. Like, this is what happens. I always like go overboard. Like I try to keep the whole thing concise, but I always get overboard and like speak at least like 10. I feel like I spent at least 10 minutes on one list. So that's why it took so long. So I'll try to concise it a bit more because I feel like 1 hour is a bit too much. I'll try to do it a little bit in a better way. But yeah, this was, I really had I really enjoyed doing this. And so that's what I'm saying. If you guys want to provide me more submissions like this, feel free to do so. The Discord link is below, and I'll also link the website where you can make this list. So those two will be provided, and just come in my Discord. If you want, you can just like DM me, or you can just provide it in there's like a channel for it in my Discord server. Just you can provide it there as well. And if I get like more, like at least like 5 or 6 more submissions like this, I'll make another video. And there's also an option to do like to put characters in it, just like anime. You can put characters as well. And I think I'll probably make a character list like this, just like I did this as well in the future, after I get enough submissions from my Discord. So there you go. That was it. Let me know your opinion. Again, like I said, this isn't really me judging the tastes. I feel like every person has a varied taste, and every person's taste obviously matters, and I like a certain type of anime, you like a certain type of anime, but this is just me like saying, comparing all the other people's anime to my list and kind of talking about them and how I feel about them. There you go. So like the best thing is just like having a favorite list in itself is a good thing. Like no show is, I guess you could say, no show is low or high. If you like it, you like it. That is it. Who cares about other people's opinion? You can watch whatever you want to, except a few shows. I'll heavily judge you if those if you watch those shows. But except those, you're free to have any type of like like there's a few here like where I was like, oh, this one I don't really know if it could be at the top. But if you like it, that's all that matters. You don't need to like listen to other people's opinions. In my opinion, that's it. If you have fun, like like anime is something that you should watch for having fun, not to like kind of have like a superior taste or something like that. It doesn't matter. If you're having fun watching anime, that is all that matters. This is something that makes you feel fun. If you watch shows and try to like act like, oh, I like this because everyone like it, oh, look at me, overall you won't really be happy with your like with the way you're spending your time. If you like see a show which has like, I don't know, 5 rating, and you watch it and you like it, that's all that matters. Others' opinions, at least in anime, I don't really think about. Everyone has different opinions. Some people might like the anime that you're watching, some people might not. It doesn't matter as long as you're having fun, because anime is entertainment. It is for you to be happy and just entertain yourself. So why should you just like think about what other people thinks and like change your tastes according to that? No, you don't need to. Feel free to watch whatever you want. But like I said, yeah, like this is just a whole like like a thing. I just wanted to talk about this and give like a little general, which anime I like and which anime like I can see being at the top. There you go. Overall, if you like it, just watch it. You don't have to think about other people's opinions. That's what I think. That's at least my like way of looking at anime, because I've seen a lot of people kind of like think too much about whether an anime is like good or not. Like, if you're having fun, I feel like that's enough reason to just watch it. Just go for it. If you have having fun, just go for it. It doesn't matter how much rating it has, how much people like it or not. If you're having fun, just yeah. And there you go. That is it. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know, and I'll check them out. And like I said, more submissions if you want to provide them, feel free to go to my Discord, provide me the submissions. Once I have a few of them, 5 or 6 of them, I'll make another video like this. Yeah, see you guys in the next video. And I might make a video like this, similar to this, but with characters in the future. So just want to let you guys know. So yeah, see you guys then. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.